Jack Della Mena versus Islam Makhachev. That's going to be a fight, guys. Now, guys, I've been trying to say, my heart has been saying Islam Makhachev. You see, I got significantly shorter. Yes, I took out my sandals. Don't you dare clown me. But like I was saying, guys, I've been saying for a long time, my heart has been saying Islam Makhachev is going to beat Jack Della Mena. My brain has been saying Islam Makhachev is going to go ahead and beat Jack Della Mena. But I just couldn't utter out the words that Islam Makhachev could just go ahead and beat Jack Della Mena. I didn't understand why I couldn't utter those words out my mouth. I was like, what's going on with me, Fetty? You're better than this. Why can't you utter it out? But guys, man, I'm just going to tell you how I feel, and I'm going to truly just break it down to you guys. Jack Della Mena might give Islam Makhachev a heap of trouble. Yes, I'm taking it that far, man. Ilia Topuria, he did move up from the featherweight division to the lightweight division, and he made things look real nasty for Charles Oliveira. One of the greats, he's going to come out as a Hall of Famer in the UFC. So for him to take out a body count like that, it's absolutely disgusting. But one thing about it is that Charles Oliveira is at the older end of his career. And it's something that I really didn't look at and take a hold of, because he does treat himself as a young guy in the UFC, as a fresh blood in the UFC, even though he has hella fights logged in. But with Jack Della Mena, it's just different. It's just different. This dude right here doesn't have that much fights logged. He still has the unknown to his game plan. As of Charles Oliveira, when he fought Ilia Topuria, the whole cat is out of the bag for that matchup right there. You can see clear as day, Ilia Topuria knew how he was going to go ahead and get into this fight, and it worked clear as day to his game plan. He said Charles Oliveira is going to push the pace, and as he pushed the pace, he's going to get slept, and he did exactly that. But with Jack Della Mena, it's hard to go ahead and predict this dude. He has the footwork. He dance with you. He'll go ahead and get to that point. If he needs to go ahead and hit a quick sprawl because you went ahead and try to do a double leg takedown, he will get there real quick, and he'll hit a quick roll in these scrambles. Now, the only thing I can possibly think that Islam Makhachev can beat Jack Della Mena at, because guys, like I said, we've seen Jack Della, I didn't think I said it, but we've seen Jack Della Mena went ahead and stuffed Bilal Muhammad's takedown. One of the best wrestlers that the UFC has to offer. We've seen him done it. Except for one takedown that Bilal Muhammad threw. It was clear as day that Jack Della Mena knew exactly what he was doing. And now that leads back to Islam Makhachev. Do you really think Islam Makhachev is that much better of a wrestler than Bilal Muhammad? I really don't think so. Because I'm thinking of it in a sense of like this. If we put Bilal Muhammad and Islam Makhachev in a wrestling room together and they just simply do wrestling, I don't think Islam Makhachev just washes through Bilal Muhammad and he has better technique than Bilal Muhammad. I just don't think that. I truly think Bilal Muhammad could possibly beat him at certain points if they do have that wrestling match. Call me crazy. You guys might call me a lunatic for saying that, but I just truly see Bilal Muhammad being neck and neck in the sense of wrestling skills with Islam Makhachev. The reason why I give Islam Makhachev the upper nod towards a dude like Bilal Muhammad is just for the simple fact that his IQ is exceptional. He has an IQ that is out of the roof, and he will just simply get to the game plan and not switch things up like how Bilal Muhammad did. That's the only difference that I will give Islam Makhachev. He is not going to be with the BS and do these stupid game plans. If he doesn't get the takedown the first time, he will do it another time, and another time, and another time, and he will do a million more times to make sure that he gets that takedown. And after he does that, he's going to make sure that he looks for a finish. And that what makes him different from a dude like Bilal Muhammad that had no knockouts, and he decided to do boxing with one of the best boxers in the thing. So I will go ahead and tell you guys that. But, man, looking at Jack Della Mena, if he goes ahead and he keeps the consistency of him stopping the takedowns, he will be nasty for Islam Makhachev. Because if he does stop those takedowns, everyone and their mama knows it's going to be a long night for Islam Makhachev. Now, the question is, how long does his wrestling take him into the UFC? Does it make him be one of the best UFC fighters to ever do it, maybe even eclipsing Jon Jones, depending on who he fights in the up-and-coming future, who he beats, the people he sees, and things like this, longevity. A lot of things plays a role for him to even have that conversation with Jon Jones. But does he get things that far with his wrestling? I don't think so. So, does Jack Della Mena, does he make Islam Makhachev meets the rubber behind the road and he gives Islam Makhachev his second loss inside the UFC? I truly, duly think so. I think Jack Della Mena has the best chance. He is ready. He will be in the gym and he will be absolutely fired up to fight a dude like Islam Makhachev. Guys, if we're going to go ahead and look at it, like how Islam Makhachev, what do I think his path to victory will be fighting a dude like Jack Della Mena? Guys, I think he has to make the fight boring for 5 rounds straight. I'm talking about Kamaru Usman style boring, where he fought Leon Edwards that first go around. He did a couple strikes and he went straight to the clinch, holding down Leon Edwards for majority of the round, milking clock. That's the only way I can see Islam Makhachev winning this bout. Way I'm looking at Jack Della Mena, he has one way, and that is simply using his hands. If he does anything else other than use his hands, I'm talking about if he even tries to do leg kicks, I will be upset. I will be very upset. He needs to go ahead and use his hands and make them fly. When it's time to go ahead and get to the sprawl and stop those takedowns, you do it and you rinse and repeat it. If he does that, it can be a good night for Jack Della Mena. Like I said, Islam Makhachev, the grappling exchanges has to be his thing, guys. That's the only way I can think.